Well, welcome to Speaking of Horses. I'm your host, Wayne Williams, and we're ready to go right here with some of the great stories from the horse industry. So join us as we get ready to go speaking of horses right here on this station. Well, welcome to Speaking of Horses. Welcome here to our program. And my guest right now is one of the Queen candidates for the International Buckskin Horse Association World Show, which is coming up here in just a few days in Cloverdale, Indiana. That's just west of Indianapolis. So, and I'm happy to have been associated with that show for several years. But we want to welcome Torrie Opelt. Now, Torrie, you're one of the Queen candidates, and you're out of Wisconsin, correct?
Correct.
So, how long have you been showing buckskins?
This will be my 5th year showing buckskin.
Okay. Are you strictly a buckskin showing person, or do you have some other breeds?
I showed POAs before buckskins, and now just buckskins.
Just buckskins now? Okay. So you are, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about what it takes to get involved and run from your organization or your club, your regional club, to run for the Queen for Miss Buckskin. What does it take to get involved in this?
Well, at first thing is your age group. You have to be 18 to 25, and you fill out an application, which you can find on the Wisconsin Buckskin Horse Association website. And at the August show in Wisconsin, you do a Queen's ride, and they decide from there.
Okay, so then they decide on you being a candidate representing the Wisconsin Association, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what do you do?
And then once you're a queen, you go to the international banquet and give a speech there. You're officially crowned at the Wisconsin banquet, and you help with awards and stuff like that. And I've also went to the Midwest Horse Fair and represented down there all week and stuff like that.
So what you're really doing then is, if you are elected Queen, if you win the contest and are Queen, you are representing the International Buckskin Horse Association and all the buckskin horses at various events like horse fairs, it could be at trail rides, it could be anywhere, but you are representing them, and you're also an ambassador. Anywhere you go, whether it's horses or not, you're an ambassador for horses and horse people, correct?
Correct.
So, are you still in high school? Are you out of high school? Where are you?
I just graduated from high school. I am going to be attending UW Marshfield this fall.
Okay. So what's your studies at UW Marshfield going to be?
I'm studying nursing.
Oh, wow. Great. So tell us a little bit about your showing career. Now, with the buckskin horses, what classes do you show? What disciplines do you like to do?
I do all around with my buckskin, but my favorite classes are the Western classes, just because she likes them better too.
Now, not just Western pleasure, but you're talking about like Western riding and those kind of things? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do reining at all?
Yeah.
Now, tell us, if you go for the all-around, you've got to cover a wide spectrum, though, to prove that you are capable in competing in all types of classes. What are you going to be competing in this year when you get to the buckskin world? What classes are you going to compete in to make sure you're qualified for the all-around?
At Worlds, I'm going to be competing in like the showmanship, English classes, the trail classes, all the Western classes, mostly all the youth classes.
Okay. So who up there in your area do you live near or work with, or who have you worked with in showing and learning your craft, so to speak?
I train with Carrie Sidnor.
Okay, you train with Carrie. Okay. Good. You know, I got to tell you, years ago, my wife and I started a drill team, the Kettle Moraine Rough Riders drill team. We started that, and Carrie rode in it. So did Todd, her husband.
Oh, really?
You know, they rode in the drill team when we first started that. So I've known Carrie and Todd for, several years, and of course now they have their own kids, and those kids are probably 7, 8, 9 years old by now, right?
I think her oldest is 5.
Okay, well, not as old as I thought. And maybe I'm not as old as I thought. So, when are you leaving for the World Show now?
We are leaving this Sunday.
Okay, so you're going to be there for the warm-up show classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for those of you that don't know, on Monday, which is the, what is Monday, the 23rd? I think. The 23rd and Tuesday the 24th, there's 2 days of warm-up shows, and then the World Show itself actually starts on the 25th, which is Wednesday, and runs Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, you have queen rides through there too, don't you?
Yeah.
So what do you have to do there?
So the first ride is where they introduce you, and then you ride with your horse, and then they say your name and like who you are and stuff, and then the next ride is a horsemanship class, because that's one of the things here.
Right, you do 2 rides or 3?
2.
2. Okay, so the 2 different rides, you're judged against the other queen candidates for your horsemanship and abilities and all of that, to go along with all of the other things that you have to be in tune with to be the queen for the buckskin world and for the Buckskin Association. So you're going to be down there the whole week then, I assume. Well, I know you will be. You'll be there through Sunday for sure.
Yeah.
So that's a long time now. Are you camping, staying in a hotel, what?
We'll be camping.
You'll be camping. Well, this facility, I'll take a moment to tell everybody, the C-Bar-C is a great facility. It's right off of Interstate 70 at Cloverdale, Indiana, just about 40 miles west of Indianapolis. And they've got camping all around the facility, a huge building, all the arenas, the makeup arena, all of the stalls, everything are all inside under one roof. So if you happen to have a rainy day, it doesn't bother you at all. So it's really a pretty nice facility. So are you taking 1 horse, 2 horses? I know you're going to be taking a lot of clothes.
Yep, a lot of clothes, and 1 horse.
1 horse. Okay, 1 horse, and do it all with 1 horse, but a lot of clothes to get you through the event, because you're going to have all the different classes you're showing in. Then you're going to have a couple of festivities. We're going to have a couple of things where you're going to be doing stuff as a queen candidate, like around the ice cream social, the exhibitor party. That's where you're going to be making your speech. And then, of course, on Saturday night is the Queen's Ball, and that's where you'll be announced. So, it's going to be a very full week. Well, I know your name. You know, I've been the announcer for that show for several years, and
yeah.
I know your name, and I know you are used to being there and knowing what's going on. But it's different when you're a candidate for the Queen, right?
Yeah.
Now, the one thing we don't want you to do is get nervous. Easier said than done, right? Well, it's the International Buckskin Horse Association, and this is their World Show. And this is probably close to 30 world shows that they've done. So it goes back quite a ways. Good attendance, a lot of wonderful buckskin horses, a lot of great people, and being in Wisconsin myself, I'm always a little show a little favoritism here and there to the Wisconsin group, but good people from everywhere with the buckskins, and of course the Queen contest is that extra little icing on the cake, and just having everybody out there promoting all of the good things that happen on horses, and you get a lot of good things on horses. So tell me, are you totally ready?
Yes.
You hesitated on that. So, well, we wish you the best, and we want to encourage everybody to... Now, we will be live streaming this on the internet. You can go to speakingofhorses.com, just the World Show, not the warm-up shows, but starting on Wednesday, we'll be live streaming, so you can watch the show on speakingofhorses.com live stream. But, Torrie, it's been a pleasure talking with you, and we wish you the best when it comes to being involved in the Buckskin World Show.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Don't forget the International Buckskin Horse Association World Show coming up July the 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and it is at the C-Bar-C Arena, Cloverdale, Indiana, which is just west of Indianapolis. Torrie, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. Once again, here at Speaking of Horses, we enjoy bringing you stories and events and things from all over the world of horses and anything to do with horses. The competition that these girls from various clubs within the Buckskin Horse Association, for example, get in for a queen is really great stuff. It's great to see young people doing great things with horses because it's a wonderful lifestyle and it's just wonderful all the way around. So join us for the Buckskin World Show on Speaking of Horses. Thank you all so much for joining us here on the radio. Well, that's our show. I'm your host, Wayne Williams. Speaking of Horses, we'll be back next week with a brand new show. Or join us at speakingofhorses.com.